With the chatter about people relocating, it's easy to find where they're moving to, but what about the places they're leaving? We've picked 10 cities witnessing population departures in search of better living. Let's get to it. 1. Seattle, Washington. Seattle, Washington, right around the west coast of Washington in the Sea of King County, is Seattle, another well-known city that is losing a size of its population. The current population of the city is about 762,687 residents, all living on a total land area of around 142 square miles, and people are leaving every day. On the surface, the Emerald City has easy access to nature, a thriving economy, various diverse industries, and 24 jazz clubs on Jackson Street. However, behind the scenes, the city is busy drilling holes in the pockets of residents with its very high cost of living. It is 36% more expensive than the state average and 54% more expensive than the national average. But that's not all. There is a 1 in 152 chance of being a victim of violent crimes on its streets and even higher chances of being robbed at home. So, it's no surprise that a lot of its residents are seeking new routes with sunshine. 2. Chicago, Illinois. Surprisingly, Chicago, Illinois, faces a decline in residents despite its stature. With a population around 2,756,546, it's the state's most populous city spread across 227.3 square miles. While culturally rich and economically diverse, job availability is a challenge, with an unemployment rate of 4.3%, higher than the national average. The city's cost of living surpasses state and national averages by 33% and 25%, respectively, straining residents' finances. Crime rates add to concerns, with Chicago safer than only 10% of the nation's cities, posing a 1 in 103 risk of violent crime. Residents seek better job prospects, lower taxes, and safer environments elsewhere. 3. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Midwest's Minneapolis, situated in Hennepin County, houses around 439,430 residents within 57 square miles. Despite its usual reputation as a great place to live with a thriving economy spanning software to renewable energy, recent setbacks changed the narrative. The aftermath of the pandemic led many to seek new homes due to harsh winters, soaring unemployment at 10.08% compared to the national 3.5%, and a surge in violent crime, elevating its crime rate to 18%. This shift in safety and employment forced residents like Julie Orden and Marnette Gordon to face gunshots and personal tragedies, highlighting the city's safety concerns. Given these challenges, moving out seems a reasonable choice. 4. Denver, Colorado. Denver is yet another place where scores of people have been moving out recently, and frankly, we don't blame them. Denver may be the most populous city in Colorado, but this big city is having a hard time keeping its residents. It has a current population of about 738,594 residents, all living in a total land area of around 153 square miles, and that number keeps counting backward. The city of Denver, which is also known as the Mile High City, has its famed ski slopes, beautiful mountain views, and an interesting combination of big city life with culture. But it also has an extremely high cost of living. It is 8% more expensive living in Denver than in other state cities and 12% more expensive than the national average. This big city may have a job market that is doing quite well, but that comes as a little consolation to residents when considering they may have to dodge a few bullets on the way home. The crime rate here is more than double the state and national average. Residents of the city have a 1 in 113 chance of being victims of violent crimes, and this is a chance many people aren't willing to take. 5. Detroit, Michigan. And here comes another large city in another state that is losing residents at an alarming rate. Detroit is one more place in Michigan the U.S. citizens seem to have had enough of. This city, which is in Wayne County, has a current population of around 635,596 residents, all living on a total land area of about 138.7 square miles. Also known as the Motor City, Detroit is famous for being the automotive center of the world. It has an average of 183 good sunny days, an iconic music scene, a robust business atmosphere for new businesses, and plenty of other perks. But despite this, many keep asking if the city will ever recover. The real truth here is that Detroit is and has been on the decline for a while now. The city has an abysmally high rate of unemployment, one that is more than double the state and national on average at 7.2%. That's not all. In Detroit, the residents not only lack job opportunities, but they also live expensive lives. The cost of living here is 14% more expensive than in other cities of the state and 3% more expensive than the national average. In addition to a poorer job market and an abysmally high cost of living, we have to mention the crime rate too, which is so terrible that it is at least 4 times higher than in other cities. 6. Boston, Massachusetts. A renowned city is witnessing a population exodus. With approximately 693,417 residents spread across 48.34 square miles, its historical charm and culinary delights contrast sharply with its steep cost of living, 48% higher than the national average. This affordability issue led to a loss of nearly 37,000 residents from 2020 to 2021, almost 1% of the population. Safety concerns also contribute, with Boston ranking safer than only 19% of U.S. cities despite its city on a hill moniker. 7. Washington, D.C. Living in Washington, D.C. might seem ideal, but the reality contrasts sharply. With a population around 707,109 within 61 square miles, the city struggles to retain residents. Despite its status as a global government hub, the steep living costs put it in the top 1% of the world's most expensive cities. Unemployment rates at 4.6%, higher than state and national averages, add to the financial strain. Stress is commonplace, with 15.5% living below the poverty line and crime rates matching state and national averages. These challenges prompt many to leave, missing out on the city's allure. 8. New York City. The densely populated New York City, with approximately 8,930,002 residents across 300 square miles, faces a rapid decline in numbers. Renowned for its vibrancy and diversity, the city's soaring expenses, 26% higher than the state average and 95% above the national average, drive residents away. A high unemployment rate of 5.9% compounds financial pressures. Concerns escalate with a 44% increase in crime since 2022, resulting in a 1 in 172 chance of being a victim of violent crime, exceeding state and national averages. These challenges prompt a shift in perception about the Empire State. 9. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, California's largest city, faces a concerning exodus, currently housing around 3,919,973 residents across 469 square miles. The trend of departing locals escalated from last year and surged in 2022, reflecting a broader decline in California's allure. Despite its appealing outdoors, cuisine, and weather, the city grapples with a 7% higher cost of living than other California cities and a staggering 51% higher than the state average. A struggling job market, coupled with a significantly elevated rate of unemployment, adds to the woes. Moreover, the city's crime rate, nearly double the state and national averages, further drives residents away, making it challenging for Los Angeles to retain its population. 10. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, California's fourth largest city, grapples with resident departures despite its scenic charm. With a population around 887,711 across 46.9 square miles, the city witnessed a significant exodus, primarily due to soaring housing costs. In the last 3 months alone, nearly 20,000 residents left, driven by living expenses that surpass state rates by 38% and national averages by a staggering 94%. Housing costs, a whopping 238% higher than the national average, contribute to homelessness. Crime rates surged, with 45% of residents falling victim to violent crimes. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe. See you in the next video.